What were some of the successes and challenges in writing and recording these songs? Let's start with you, Steve.
Yeah, wow. This was a huge challenge, and not because of these guys at all. We're sitting right now at Center High School in our studio. I had this idea years ago to start a video program at Center High School. We started it, Hive TV, like and subscribe, go look, check it out on YouTube. But it was so successful that I decided to expand and go into Hive Records. So Hive Records is for all the kids like me, because, I mean, Jeff and I weren't the best high school students in the world, but I was so bad I dropped out. And it was because the high school that we went to wasn't fulfilling me creatively. I'm not even saying it right. Creatively. I didn't graduate. I didn't. You can tell. But I wanted to give my students, an opportunity to follow their passion. And so we started building a studio. It took us way longer than we needed to because, I mean, to be honest, students built this. What we're sitting in front of right now is actually a sound booth that students built. And when that started to happen, that's when I reached out to Jeff and just kind of decided, hey, we can do this, and I can use this platform as an opportunity to show students that follow your passion. Go. You can still do it. No, if this old guy can still do it, you can too. So we finally got it built. We had a bunch of challenges, but these guys, right, with Jeff living in Lawrence and everything, but we made it, and these guys were absolutely awesome and working with me and working with the technical difficulties, but I'll let them talk about the creativity part.
Yeah, and like Steve said, if this middle-aged guy could get back into it again, but yeah, maybe. I know. But yeah, absolutely. It wasn't easy, but I think because we've known each other for so long, the communication was already there. I think we wrote most of this in your basement without drums, without a bass in our hand, but your guitar, and we could talk about what we wanted to do in these songs. Like, oh, I think I could do this or I can do that, without even playing the instrument. So having that connection already helped us out tremendously because we already knew what we wanted to do. So once we started getting in here to practice with our instruments and work on the songs, it was a lot easier because we already knew what we wanted to do. Now it was just playing together and, forming that relationship with our instruments that we already had in life. And that kind of happened pretty fast. Yeah. I think playing with you, I already knew what you were going to do. I kind of knew what Jeff was already going to do before he went there. And I think it's just something that you can't force. It's just natural. So the writing process, even though it was difficult at times to get together as a band in the same room, we were still able to write through email, through just in your basement. So that helped out a lot. And then obviously, like I said, getting together, playing these songs is when you could really hear each song get their own personality. And I think our personalities came out in every song too, which is very cool.
Yeah, so, right. I mean, the successes have been very satisfying for me in putting all of this together. In speaking to the challenges, it is interesting. We were able to get a lot accomplished with writing with just the three of us talking, as you alluded to, with the guitar. Okay, where do we want to go from here? How long do we want to do that section? So the typical kind of like process usually starts with I'm stringing together 3 or 4 riffs that I think fit. And then I present those 3 or 4 riffs that I think fit together, and then we start talking about how to take that further and what to add to it and what can be done with that, and then it just sort of grows from there kind of organically, as Mike alluded to. But challenge-wise, I think it's been the recording process. That has been just a tremendous challenge and a huge learning experience for me, and that's where I think Parker is the main dude. I mean,
what were some of the challenges for you?
Well, for me, it was just, can I play my stuff effectively? So, like, that's what it was for me. But when I look at what Parker has tasked himself with, it's a heavy load. You know, I mean, he's kind of played that role of engineer along with the musician's role that he's always played, and really getting to figuring out how to record these live drums that we definitely wanted. Like that was the big hurdle, and that took a ton of time and all of that stuff. But once that puzzle piece kind of fell into place, I mean, that was no problem for this guy to play the parts. You know, that was a breeze. That was like, okay, well, there that goes. But it was figuring out the recording, and that's what was so time consuming, and that's where he's carried I think, just a tremendous load. I'm so appreciative of that.
And it's great because you hit the don't suck button when I recorded, so that really helped out a lot.
Man.
So just to hit that don't suck button, and it'll be fine.
How come
No.
you didn't hit that button when I was recording?
No, but seriously, what Jeff said, because Jeff and I have done some songs with drum machines, and we've done pre-recorded stuff, and it's been great. I mean, it's been fun, and we love it, but it wasn't until we actually were right here, and you guys will see it. Watch the videos when we put them out. You guys will see a game changer. It's a game changer. Having Mikey, I mean, obviously, you heard his credentials, but it makes all the difference in the world to have a man that's so talented playing such intricate music. It's been amazing. Yeah, it's been cool.
So you guys are now MPH, Mazzarese, Parker, Haas. You guys are doing this video. Speaking with you, Steve, you think you'll start releasing some songs here in the next couple months. What do you hope to accomplish in the future with this collaboration?
Yeah, well, I hope we can just keep getting better. I mean, I think this was such a learning process for us as not only reconnecting with each other, but also like figuring out how to write this kind of music, you know. And I know that we've gone through some trials. It's been partly because of our relationship. It has not been adversarial or anything like that. It's been very communicative, but I think we can just keep getting better. I mean, we are just now starting off on this journey, and I can't wait to see where it leads, because I think, like, I mean, we go back to Rush's first album. This kind of sounds like Rush's first album to me a little bit, and I think we can evolve immensely from there.
Yeah, that's a great point. And, you know, I mean, a big challenge, of course, is, as he alluded to earlier, you know, when I live in Lawrence and these two live here, and, you know, we've all got lives. And so getting together and playing is a challenge for us, but we've been able to navigate things and use modern technologies, and I've learned a lot about all of that. And I've learned a lot about putting songs together, just being able to be around these two. That's been great for me too, and my growth as a player. And I think one thing that interests me a lot is if we can get the opportunities, and I think we can find them, is to get, I think one way we can grow in our songwriting is to get some time to get together in the same room and play, where we're just loose jamming, where the drums and the bass are there right at the very beginning, because our normal process is it starts with me stringing things together. And I think one way to kind of like branch out is to get in that situation where maybe I've just barely thought of something, and then we're going to go, so that I'm playing off of them more than just filling the empty space in the room when I'm, beginning a song or whatever. So I think that's something we can explore. But again, it's not like we can just walk in here any Sunday and just play for 2 hours. That's not real. It wouldn't be real if I lived 10 minutes away. So I think that's an area where maybe we can do some things that would make the songs sound a little different that way.
Yeah, agree. And again, for this being our first go at it and playing together for the first time, I think the songs will get better. Not that these are bad by any means, but I think we will evolve as songwriters together. I think the product that we put out in the future will show that. I think it'll start showing our growth and experiences playing together. I'd like to start playing live with this band. I'd like to start opening up. I don't know if we have the material or the length of a set to play a headlining gig or anything like that, but to be able to play a 30-minute, 40-minute opening slot for people would be fantastic. I really want to get out in front of people and showcase these songs in this band. That would be the next thing on my agenda, is to reach out to former guys that I know in the industry, reaching out to booking agents and trying to start building those relationships again and getting back out there to play live would be awesome. The grind of loading all the gear and playing late nights is part of it, but you know what? I would love to do it with these guys, and it would be a lot of fun. And I can't wait to get out there and play for people.
You guys have covered a lot, going from growing up playing basketball together, Mikey watching Jeff Haas and Steve Parker in your mom's basement, Jeff. What would you like to add that you maybe haven't thought about yet? Is there anything else that comes to mind of where MPH maybe will go present and then in the future?
Well, yeah, I mean, I kind of alluded to it earlier. My main goal for this whole project has been to inspire my own students and my own children, for that matter, even though none of my children are into music, but to inspire them to never give up on your dreams, never give up on your passion. Even though we're not going to get a record contract necessarily or anything like that, or get 1 million views or whatever. We love what we do. And if you love what you do and you have fun and you're with people that you truly care about, then it's all worth it. Every single thing that we do, it frustrates me. It's challenging, but I love every single second of it. And for me, I just want to keep doing that. I just want to keep showing, hey, you can do this too. Whatever your passion is, if it's art, if it's acting, whatever it is, you don't have to, give it up when you get older.
Sorry to interrupt. It's not actually about making a living. It's just about doing something that you truly enjoy.
Right. Yeah, it's just all about that. It's just all about, and I know you're playing guitar now, and that's the kind of thing. It's like it's never too late. Never too late to, if you love something, go do it. Go find a way to do it. It's going to make you happy.
To that point, one of the first things he mentioned was the modeling of it, and for me that was big for me in driving me to keep playing guitar in this new round for me that kind of kicked in, after COVID, and then in 2022, I started playing much more regularly, was I wanted our own son to see that, okay, this has never been a part of the way he viewed me, but I wanted him to see you can do things, and you can reacquaint yourself with things, you can pursue things, and not just sort of sloppily and casually, but to try to, like, I hesitate to use the overused phrase go all in, but I mean that's kind of like I wanted to get back into it and not just sit around in a room and have no one listen to anything. I mean, that seemed like not going as far as it could go. And so just trying to play that role and be a role model for our own son is important to me in that sense too. And as you two were exchanging there a minute ago, Noel, I'm not 100% sure that I haven't maybe known you longer than Parker.
Really?
I mean,
because we used to play first base and outfield, where you
right.
knew every
right.
you knew every Major League Baseball team and their lineup.
No,
and you would play first base, and I'd be the outfielder, and you'd call the whole game.
Like I was in grade school, like that was, I'm not sure who I met first now that I think about it. It's just I saw him all the time at school and not you all the time. But yeah, we go back a long way, man. Yeah, for sure.
Wow. We played that too, first base and outfield.
You taught me.
Yeah.
Jeff taught me how to play that. That's where.
Yeah, because I remember you had the orange bases.
Yep.
Like the vinyl orange bases.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, I remember that. That was
right from
badass.
his driveway, and we'd play with the tennis ball, and he'd
Yep.
call out the names of the batter up, and he'd throw it, or
ground balls or pop flies.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a long time ago.
That was. What was the question again? I forgot. You guys were talking, and I kind of.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No. Honestly, what's been awesome for me with this project is my whole career playing since I was 14 was to make it big and to make it in music, and I sacrificed everything I ever knew to get to that point. I stopped playing sports in high school because I devoted all my time to drumming, and I didn't go to college because I wanted to be a professional musician, and it happened, and I'm extremely grateful, and I'm extremely grateful to the guys that got me there in Redline. But with this, I'm doing this because I forgot why I picked up drumsticks in the first place, and that is to enjoy it and to have fun with it and to just do the best you can. And I am not having to worry about, I got to get this record guy out here or this record exec out here, and how can I make it? No, I'm just enjoying playing and hanging out. And honestly, even if we just get together and we don't play a note, but we sit around and have a couple beers and shoot the shit and just hang out, is just as satisfying to me too. I will say, I think I need to have you bring On Cloud 9 back and leading the Peloton. I still remember that old tape from your old Tascam. But anyways, no, dude, like I said, it's just been awesome. And I honestly, I don't know if I would have picked up drumsticks this soon if it weren't for these two guys, because I did go a good 4 or 5 years without even playing, even thinking about playing. But because it was these two guys, like I said before, when Steve called me, I said, say no more. I'm in. I had to practice again and get my chops back up to close to what they were. So they inspired me to start playing the drums again and just to enjoy them. And what's awesome is that my 12-year-old son is looking at this going, wow, okay, this is really cool. And he is turning out to be a pretty damn good little drummer as well. And one day, maybe he can jam with Jeff and Steve too, and hopefully they can keep up. Because he's getting pretty good if he practice your rudiments, so. But yeah, honestly, it's been fantastic. I can't stress that.
Rock fans, we appreciate you tuning in. My name is Noel Mazzarese. I'm here with a very fun, great bunch of guys called MPH Mazzarese, Parker, Haas. I hope you enjoyed this. I know we did, and hope to see you guys soon again. Thank you. Good night.